Hey, what's up guys, I'm back with another speed test. It's time to do a speed test comparison between the Vivo V60 versus the Samsung Galaxy A56 5G. And the Samsung Galaxy A56 is powered by Samsung Exynos J1580 SoC. Also we have 12 GB of RAM on the A56, while on the Vivo V60 we have new Qualcomm Snapdragon 7 Gen 4 SoC. Also we have 12 GB of RAM as well. So in the back we have triple cameras. We have a normal ultra wide as well as 3x optical zoom lens versus a normal ultra wide as well as a macro. So no telephoto lens on the Samsung A56 5G. Also the back, it is made up of plastic on the Vivo, especially the gold color, while other colors will give you a glass back, while Samsung has a glass back with aluminium frame versus a plastic frame we have on the Vivo V60. So I am really excited to see that how both phones is gonna perform in the head-to-head speed test. Let's start off with the boot up test. So logos came up slightly faster on the Samsung A56, and both phones is running on, Vivo is running on old Android 15 with Vivo FunTouch OS version 15, while Samsung is running on Android 16 with One UI 8. So Samsung, it is much faster when it comes to booting up. We only have a 2 or 3 second difference between these devices. And now let's talk about the display. So both phones has a gorgeous looking display, but Vivo V60 is on another level. We have 6.7 inch Full HD Plus AMOLED, which can produce up to 1 billion colors. Also we have 120 Hz refresh rate with the center punch hole, and Vivo has a quad curved AMOLED display, so all the sides it is slightly curved, while on the other hand Samsung has a flat 6.7 inch Full HD Plus Super AMOLED display with 120 Hz refresh rate as well. Also we have a center punch hole overall, and the bottom chin, it is actually more smaller on the Vivo V60. Everything's closed up in the background, no application is running in the background. Also we have same Wi-Fi network on both phones as always, and the first application I'm gonna launching is the phone dialer. That is actually really fast on both phones. We have different animations. The animations, it is I like more on the Samsung. So next on the list is the settings. That is really similar and close. So let's go to the display. So you can see we have 120 Hz refresh rate on both phones. Well, Samsung has a adaptive 120 Hz, but on the Vivo we also have a smart switch. We also have a manual 120 Hz. Now check out some more apps. Amazon shopping. Also we have same Wi-Fi network. So Qualcomm Snapdragon 7 Gen 4 on the left hand side is perform slightly faster, not a big difference obviously. As far as scrolling are concerned, both phones it is at 120 Hz, really smooth as well. Laptops tab, and slightly faster on the Samsung. So now check out some games application. Now let's start off with the Candy Crush Saga. So way faster on the Samsung this time because of the Exynos 1580. Now let's opening up the Instagram, faster on the Samsung. And now let's opening up the pinout, and pinout it is slightly faster once again on the Samsung. So let's open up Snapchat, exactly the same. And now let's see Spotify, exactly the same. Now check out Subway Surfer, another game. Qualcomm Snapdragon 7 Gen 4 on the left hand side versus Exynos 1580 on the right hand side. So at the end both phones is performing identical. And let me show the speakers. So here is a Vivo looks like with max volume. And here is the Samsung looks like, and the speakers, it is much better on the Samsung, has a lot more bass as compared to the Vivo speakers. So let's opening up the temper into. And temper into it is way faster on the Samsung A56 5G or the Vivo V60. So now let's opening up the PUBG Mobile, last big game we have in this speed test. PUBG Mobile, and the quad curved AMOLED display on the Vivo, it just looks really good. You can see the edges in this light. So Samsung, it is faster as compared to the Vivo. Also in that game you will see a smooth graphics with extreme frame rate on the Samsung versus a smooth graphics with 90 fps I think on the Samsung. On the Vivo, so let's open up X. Faster on the Samsung. Now let's open up Zedge, and Zedge, it is open up, and Samsung, it is more faster in terms of opening up the wallpaper as compared to the Vivo V60. Vivo still loading. As far as scrolling are concerned, really smooth on both phones. Adaptive 120 Hz, it is also really optimized on the Samsung. So last time launching the cameras on both phones, default camera application. So faster on the Samsung. As far as the cameras are concerned, let me show you how the cameras looks like in this lighting condition on both phones. So here is a one picture on both phones which I like more on the Samsung as far as the colors. Now look at the front facing camera. So here is a selfie camera looks like. So and the selfie camera, I would say it is I like more on the Samsung. It is more sharper. But let's take one picture on both phones. Let's see the result. And the picture, it is actually came out much sharper after I take the picture on the Vivo. Now let's see internet browsing speed. So I am using Samsung internet browser on the Samsung A56 versus a Chrome on the Vivo V60. So let's see the wikipedia.org on both phones. Open up at the same time. Absolutely similar. Scrolling, it is visually smooth. Same thing with zooming in out. English tab, absolutely similar once again. Next on the list is the Samsung.com. So this time Vivo is take the lead while Samsung, it is right behind there, but still loading. So Samsung is just way too much slow. Scrolling, it is actually really smooth on both phones. We have 120 Hz. So now let's see RAM management. So we have 12 GB of RAM on both phones. Phone dialer, that is still there. Settings, that is still there. Let's open up Amazon shopping, and now let's see Candy Crush Saga, that is still there. Instagram, still there. Let's see Pin Out, still there. Snapchat, still there. Spotify, Subway Surfer, still there as well. Let's see Temple Run 2. Let's see the PUBG Mobile. Open up X, aka Twitter, Zedge, and lastly back to the internet browser. So excellent RAM management on both phones, not a single refresh. And guys, what I have to say regarding the app's opening speed, as you can see in the Vivo V60 is performing, I would say, really similar to the Samsung A56, but not in games. In games we can definitely see a difference between the Vivo V60 versus the A56. A56 is just way too much faster in games. So in terms of the RAM management, it is excellent on both phones. Also on the Vivo we have a 6500 mAh battery size with 90 watts super fast charging, while Samsung has a 5000 mAh battery size. Also we have 45 watts super fast charging support, but no charger in the box. So that's about it, and thank you so much for watching this speed test comparison between the Vivo V60 versus the Samsung Galaxy A56 5G. And do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.